Hello friends, welcome to our YouTube channel Coding Rabbit, and today we are going to tell you about the difference between var, let and const. And let's start the video. So you use var a equal to 10, this kind of syntax, or let a equal to 10 and const a equal to 10. This kind of lines we use to in order to declare and define our variables in JavaScript. What is the difference between these three? Is let's start with the var. So firstly, when we use the var is basically a keyword in order to declare our variables in a function scope or in the global scope in JavaScript. So if we talk about what is global scope is the whole complete scope of your project, or we can say, if we talk about the browser, the complete tab of your website, the one tab of your website, which can access that variable anywhere in the project or anywhere in the website. That is called global scope. So if we talk about the function scope, what is that? Let's like this is the global scope variable, where like this first.js file you can insert in your HTML, and you can use this variable across any of JavaScript files, and you can access this value basically. So this is like the global scope. So let's talk about the function scope. So we write function add, and we say like this, where a equal to 10. So this is the function scope. Why? Because when we print out this, or we can use this variable a, we can only use in this function only. We can't write after this. Let's run this code. So for in order to run the function, we need to call it. So let's call it node first.js. So here you see 10, but if we write it outside the function, like there, console.log a, you will see a error. What error? A is not defined, because it is not able to find out the reference to the memory location of a and get the value. So it is like it is not defined in this scope. Basically it is only defined to the function block only. So this is the function block, guys. So here we can use this, but after or before this we can't use it. Like if we go before this, we can't use it. Like the same kind of error we will see there. Not first.js, a is not defined. So this is the function scope. Now if we say one more thing, like here you console this, you will see that it will not print the value, but it will not give us any reference error or any kind of error. It will just print the undefined. Like you say node first.js, you see undefined. So this is not an error. Basically it hoist, and it defines, it assigns the value undefined. So after this line we can access the value of a as 10, like this, node first.js 10. And also now we are going to talk about the let, and which is the block scope. So let is a block scope variable declaration style. So here if we just before that just try to console this in between the block. So if we say not first.js, you see that it prints the value, means there is no problem in order to use this, because this is a function scope variable. So you can use it anywhere there. Like even if you take the var inside the block and use it, you can use it. If you will console it outside the block but in the function, like before this function close statement, so here you can use it like 10, and even on the top you can use it like this. But yeah, undefined, because we are using before the assignment, so it will say the undefined value. So now let's talk about the let. So let's remove the var keyword and use the let. Now if we console this, let's firstly make it correctly visible to you that we can use it in the block like this. So let's run it, and it will print the 10. Basically it is printing the 10 with the let keyword. So let is a block scope element. Why? And what this means is, like when we want to use it outside the block but in the function, we can't use it. It will throw an error. Let's see what error it will print. It will say a is not defined, reference error. So again, it is not defined, like when we use the where keyword outside the function. If we declared it in the function and we use it outside the function, it says a is not defined. The same thing here, because it is a block scope, not the function scope. So in this block we can only use this variable. And even one more thing, maybe you didn't, you will not you will not consider it, or you will not see this thing, or you will not we can say you will not consider it like this, say like this clear. And when you will say in case of where you see that it prints undefined, but in case of let, it will not print undefined, it will give you an error. And what that error is, same reference error, cannot access a before initialization. It is not saying that a is not defined, it is saying cannot access a before initialization. Why? Because the let keyword is uh, is hoisted but in a temporal zone. So it is defined but it is not initialized, so cannot access a before initialization basically. And somewhere you will see the error, like we can't use it there. So after this we can use it. And even before the block we can't use it, like let's see, like this, say a is not defined because it is outside the block. If it is inside the block, it will say we can't use it before initialization, it will not say undefined. So this is about the let. And same as the const is also a block scope variable declaration. Like if we say, you can see again it will print the same thing, a is not defined, because it can't be used outside the block. Even after the block we can't use it, we can only use in between the block, like this, a is not defined. But you can use it inside the block like this, 10. But what is the difference between let and const? Const is basically a constant value, you can't change this value, like this, a equal to 12. But in case of where or let, you can change this value. But in case of const, we can't change the value, because const is a constant type of variable. So it will give you the error, like assignment to constant variable. So it will print it will give you the type error. So guys, just remember these error types, like type error, reference error. So these error basically can be asked in interviews, and can be asked in interviews where people take interviews, optional kind of questions, on screen interviews. So these kind of things we need to remember. And this is it about this. And one more thing we can say, I can show you that like the global scope thing, where a equal to 10. And let's remove all of these things and just console dot log a there. And you can take this function and create a new function, like subtract or sub, we can say. And then let's call the sub as well. You can see like it will print both of thing, like add and sub. You will see there will be no error. See, at 10 and sub 10. So this is the global scope basically, guys. So this is it about where, let, and const, and the interview questions on these three. And this is it, guys. And thanks for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel, comment and like on our videos, and please try to share our videos and click on bell icon so that you can get notification on our next videos. And we are going to start the intermediate level as well after this video series. And we already started our separate playlist for the development environment setup, and also the tools which are used in development, and the theoretical of the uh, we can say the software industry. So this is it, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. This is Coding Rabbit. Thank you. Bye, guys.